Hi there. So like as promised, I am back and ready with all my ingredients to get this started for your Cookie Monster cake pops and wonderfully perfect cupcakes. So I am going to first start out with going through all the ingredients one by one, what we will be using, and I will also include a list in the description below. Okay, so this is the cake pop pan that you're going to need for this particular type of cake pop that I'll be doing. This one I actually got at Target. I think I spent around $20 on it. It was worth every penny. I have used this, I don't even know how many times, and it's in perfect condition. I clean it right away and I dry it completely right away. This has little clamps that lock it in place while it's baking. Now these little holes actually aren't for the stick. These are actually air vents so it could breathe. Now coming to the part where what you're going to need as a display. So this is really important because this is where I really messed up and wasted a lot of money. If you're just starting out, just go ahead and buy the universal stick for the cake pops, because when you're choosing a display, most often this is the size for the holes for the display. And when you're choosing the display, this one that I have, I am not really I'm not loving it, and when I will be soon investing in something differently. Because as you see, I actually need a tray to go under this display, so I do not love it at all. And I have to do every other hole because if I put them right next to each other, they're too close and they touch and stick together. And anyways, it's just a big old mess. I do not like the display at all, so I will be getting a new one soon. But we will be using this today because this is what I have today. So back to the sticks. As you can see, I bought this really cute set for cake pop sticks, and they come in, there's a whole bunch of different styles for cake pop sticks, but you do have to be careful because they do come in different sizes, and if your display doesn't fit, then it's kind of like a waste. So you really have to kind of think, does it fit or whatnot? So kind of like think it through so you're not wasting money on it. So we are doing the Cookie Monster theme today. So these are the little eyeballs that we'll be using. These are the Wilton eyeballs for the eyes, and these are going to be used for the cupcakes. So there's two different sizes here. Now if you're wanting to do like put them in little treat bags, they do have like little cake pop treat bags, and then get like little zip ties. You can even use like regular zip ties if you want to save yourself some money. I'm just using regular cake box mixes. They're usually around $1 each. Same with the frosting. Now the frosting is really important. Don't ever get the whipped frosting. It is really difficult to work with, and with it being whipped, it's fluffed out, so when you're trying to use it in like a bag to put it on the cupcake, anyways, it's just really hard to work with, okay? So I always just go with the rich and creamy cream cheese. It doesn't matter the brand, but just get the regular rich and creamy cream cheese. Alright, so moving on, now here's your candy wafers. It doesn't really matter the brand. I've worked with every type of brand. I've even actually just done like regular chocolate chips and been able to dip them in regular chocolate chips as well. But with the color-coded ones, I really like to do the color-coded ones, but as you see, it's vanilla flavored. So this is why I go with the chocolate cake, because chocolate and vanilla kind of goes a little bit better. So I also get a little bag of chocolate flavored because sometimes I will mix a couple chocolate just to give it a little more chocolatey flavor in there to give it the taste. For me, taste is everything, and then looks of it is, of course, is very important, but taste is very, very high up there also. Now, so for the Cookie Monster cake pops, you do have the eyes, but now what about the mouth? So there is two options for the mouth. I'm going to show you both. So for one, we can use this sparkle gel to draw on the mouth. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to use this chocolate to paint on the mouth. And I'm going to show you both styles here. And here's my little paintbrush that we will use. So we'll just simply paint on the mouth. Very easy. So we'll just dip it in the melted chocolate and paint it on. Now, for the cupcakes, since we're going to be making 2 batches, it's real easy. So I just got the cupcake batches ready. And so whatever's left over, this is what I will use for our cupcakes. And then I just did like blue. Just make it real simple. And then after we frost the cupcakes, this is what we're going to be using, this color mist. It's a real easy to use, and I'll tell you all the do's and don'ts of this also, which there are. All right, and then we're going to use 2 different tips to show you the differences and show you how to use both of them. I typically use these reusable Wilton bags because I used to do the disposable, but now I use the reusable because I do bake a lot. But it's up to you. They work the same. They're both good. Now, with the leftover melted chocolate, because there will be a lot left over, I actually used this theme for my son's first birthday. So I did the leftover melted chocolate to make chocolate number 1s. As you can see, these are really cute. You can do any like chocolate molds, and these are really cool, very inexpensive. You can find them anywhere, and it's perfect because you can actually stick a little lollipop in there and then make yourself little lollipop chocolates. So I'll also be showing that, and we can do like little paint on there as well to show you can actually paint on the chocolate too. Alright, and then I'm going to do, if I have any left over, I'll make myself a couple chocolates just for fun because I can. Alright, well, here goes. Just got done mixing up my 2 batters of cake mix. This mixer is actually courtesy of my Nana. Thank you, Nana. Little shout out there. You don't really need a big old mixer. I've been using a handheld mixer for years. This is the first time I actually just used this one. And this, I actually just used this for the first time too. So you really don't need this either. I've been doing everything by hand too. See my little coffee in the background? Yes, need my coffee. Alright, so this is just going to be an easier way to do this. You can use really anything to kind of pour it in here. You just want to kind of avoid any excess or runoff. So I'm just going to slowly pour it in here. You just want to kind of fill it up to the top, and then I'll show you what you do with the rest. You're going to end up wasting some regardless because these are really tiny little holes here. So just give it a second. Okay, so once you have basically most of them full, you want to just go ahead and use the flat end of the spatula and make sure that all of these are flush. And get rid of all this extra because you don't need it. And it's just going to make a mess for you to clean up at the end of the day anyways. So just bring all the excess to the edge and just clean all this up. but you do want this whole thing filled up to the edge here. Otherwise you won't have your perfect little circles, okay? Alright. Once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and make sure these are all the way secured. And then you want to make sure that your oven was already preheated to 350 and it's already set. So with these cake pops, they are going to cook really, really, really fast. Basically, I set it for 8 minutes. And sometimes it takes them 10. But I set it for 8 minutes. And how you can tell that they are finished is that they will start to cook and you'll see one of them poke up through the hole. So one of them will start to bake through one of those holes, and that's how you'll know they are done. Alright, I'll see you in 8 minutes. For those cake pops to finish, we can go ahead and get started on these cupcakes because we do have a lot of batter left. Alright, so you don't have to use this, but I love using this because it does make it a whole lot easier. I use the jumbo size. It does come in 3 sizes, mini, regular, and jumbo. So I use this to measure out what we're going to be putting in to these. And so this is what it will look like. So you go ahead and come over to here. So you just take a scoop and then you just whoop, and then there you go. You want to fill it all the way to the top. And then I know it says only half full. Don't listen to that because it's a lie. If you want those perfect cupcakes that actually look like a muffin and have that muffin top so you can actually put real frosting on it, this is what you want to fill your cupcake to. That's what gives a perfect muffin top, to give you that pretty topping, to give that pretty frosting. Alright, so go ahead and get that done, and I'll come back again when these are finished and the cake pops are finished. There's a little poking through. Perfect. Time to take it out. These are ready to go in. So these are going to have your perfect little muffin tops for all of them. Now my oven, let's see here. I can't remember if these both fit in here perfectly. Yes, they do. That's right. They do. Perfect. So then when you look on the back of the box, make sure, because these are your darkly coated ones, so you have to double check to make sure that you're looking at the right ones. So it's 18 to 21 minutes. I always put it for the lowest one so you can always come and double check. So you're going to want to do 18 minutes because you can always add more time, but you can't always take away time if you burn them. Alright, see you in 16, 18 minutes. These, now this is what a muffin is supposed to look like. Beautiful. Alright, now let's come back over here and look at our cake pops. And now these need to sit out a little bit longer, so we're just going to go ahead and place them over here. When they come out, you're just going to go ahead and smooth this little line out with this pan, or any pan actually. It does give this little edge right here, which is an easy fix, and I'll show you how to do that too. But I usually just go through and kind of like get the crumbs off, just smooth that out. So this part 1 is finished for this video, and join me for part 2 to see how we put it all together and turn these into Cookie Monster cake pops and cupcakes. Thank you for joining me. Bye.